The 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Washington Wizards in their house, the Verizon Center. And guys, for the Wizards, the season hasn't gone as smoothly for them as I'm sure they hoped it would. The good news is we still have a good chunk of it left to play. But if they're going to make a run, they better do it soon. And guys, let's talk John Wall, the leader of this team without a doubt. When they struggle, though, does he get too much of the blame, Kenny?
No, that comes with the price tag of being a max contract player, the leader of your team, all of those things, the face of the franchise. The best player gets the credit, but he also gets the criticism.
I agree with that, but as good as Wall is, there are four other guys on the floor, and they all should share responsibility for a loss, not just the max guy, Kenny.
And now we send you to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
It's the home of the Wizards here in Washington, D.C. as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Verizon Center. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. On the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Look at Orlando. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
Yeah, and Kevin, I haven't been able to quite figure out what the problem been for this group, but obviously neither have they, because the struggle is real. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's led to a dead end.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, Nick Vucevic is from a basketball family. His father, Borislav, played professionally until age 44. Nick said, I used to watch him practice every day. He taught me everything, not just skill-wise, but how to live as an athlete, being mentally ready for the ups and downs. Even today, he's kind of my personal coach. He tells me what he sees and how I can get even better. Kevin?
Big advantage, D.A. Thanks. Well, at this point of the season, Doris, near the midway point, teams really now talking about what they're going to be and where they may go from where they are right now.
Well, I think you have a good familiarity with your roster. You know the strengths and weaknesses of your team. If there's aspects you need to shore up, you might be eyeing as the trade deadline approaches. You definitely have a handle on how you win and who you are.
Our coaches sometimes, and maybe this is true with every sport, too close to it, where sometimes they need to step back and get perspective. Do they seek outside counsel, just another pair of eyes on a team and the feel of the team?
I think just like in life, you need truth tellers in your world, right? And you want people who are as good, or to be honest, you hope that you surround yourself with people that are better than you, and you know your true friends are the ones who tell you the truth.
I don't have many friends. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Magic, Gordon down low with Vucevic. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. And it's Ross in at the small 4. And so here's Orlando, following the bucket by the Wizards. 6 to shoot. Outside Gordon. And the 3 off target. Porter kicks to Morris. Unable to get that one. Gordon with the defensive effort. To the left wing. Payton passes to Gordon. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Wall.
You see the wingspan and the timing by John Wall. What a defensive effort.
Peyton left side. Gordon up on top. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Washington with the ball. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Well, they were relentless on the offensive end. They had good decision-making, outstanding execution. They went in and quieted a very hostile crowd.
Now here's Beal. He had 19 points in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Yes, that goes in.
Good defense, better offense. Beal is unfazed.
Peyton dishes to Fournier. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Drops in the layup for two. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
You know, a nice flow to that play. Led him right into the attempt with the sharp pass. It has to be crisp, and it has to be on time.
Now here's Wall. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn. Bradley Beal again. Beal's got his second basket of the game.
Love to see a shooter like Beal mixing it up on the interior.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And the Washington Wizards last season, Doris, 41 up and 41 down, and they ended up missing the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons.
And remember, Kevin, this was a team that had made it to the second round and looked like a factor. And injuries played a role, and the East got better. And a new coaching staff will see if they can get back on the winning track.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Well, for Markieff Morris, it feels like he has found a home here in Washington. As soon as he was traded to the team, he felt welcomed and enjoys, Doris, the close-knit relationship the team has within its roster.
And you know what, Kevin, for Morris, that's a big deal to him. He is at his best when he's comfortable with the situation he's in. And if he feels welcomed, he'll focus on his play, and that is when he's at his best. And listen, he might become a fan favorite with the way he will gush on about this Wizards organization.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
And maybe he's in for one of those days when he just torments whoever's checking him. We know what he's capable of.
Now here's Beal. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Shot clock at 5, and it's blocked by Gordon. Out of bounds, Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
Peyton kicks to Vucevic. Ross with a wide open look. And that misses. That would have put him up.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And that one's good by Porter.
The length and athleticism of Otto Porter, able to weather the contact, still get it in over the top.
Beal with the steal. Porter against Ross. That's good from Porter on the assist from Gortat.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Peyton kicks to Ross. Picked by Vucevic. Beal with the steal. Vucevic against Gortat. Here's Wall. Goes back up. And Beal kicks to Porter. Fires the 3. He can't hit that top. And Orlando will come the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, and listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not, and that is why they just could not recover.
You know, low percentage from the free throw line, and I think that can have an effect on your overall scoring efforts, which obviously fell short.
Morris passes to Beal, and Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. On defense for Orlando, it's a 5-point game. Beal dishes to Morris. And the shot falls short this time.
Sometimes you've got to get right in the shooter's grill to bother him, and that's what they did to him.
The putback. Rebound by the Wizards. Their last meeting was in Orlando, where they were unable to fight off the Magic.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ross for three.
Well, the rangy Porter, right, making his presence felt defensively.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Washington leading now by 5. Outside, Wall. The feed to Beal. From deep. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Passes it to Ross to end the drought. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Ross has got his first points of the night.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
And Wall kicks to Porter. There's a screen by Gortat. Back to Wall. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
You can see the satisfaction John Wall takes in making those jumpers. He continues to improve in that area.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Doris, as a former Big East point guard, you know all about playmaking. Who in the NBA right now, in your opinion, is the best at setting up their teammates?
I think Chris Paul. I think he's got the best handle on the point guard position. And to me, Kevin, I don't know how you feel. I'd love your take on it. I don't think Chris Paul gets enough credit when we talk about MVP year after year. Your thoughts?
I think so much, though, Doris, is clouded by the fact that he can't get past the second round. Would you not agree that has been this thing around his neck which he just can't get off?
You know, it's a great point because the narrative is certainly there. He's never been beyond that second round, and so much of success in the NBA is defined by how many finals have you played in and how many championships have you won.
But I hear so many people who I respect, like yourself, who've played the position, know what it takes to play. Chris Paul is the first name out of their mouth every time about leadership, toughness, overall point guard play.
Yeah, the cerebral nature of what he does. And obviously the only question is, you know, does he demand too much from teammates? Is that even something that you would consider a worthy question to ask? Is he hard to play with?
Now, here's Wall. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Beal from long range. Beal can't get that one to fall. The Magic trail by 5. Ross for 3. That one's not going to go.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Porter passes to Wall. Shoots from the baseline.
Well, we all know John Wall has been the subject of media scrutiny during his tenure in D.C., and so much expected out of him that when the team comes up short, obviously the blame falls on him. He is the leader, but sometimes it feels as if he's the only player to get blamed.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, this is the #1 pick back in 2010. John Wall, he's the franchise. No question about that.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Mahinmi's checked in for Gortat. Smith comes in for Markieff Morris. Bogdanovich is checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Satoransky subbed in for Bradley Beal. And so Wall nails both of them. The Magic trail by 7. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
There's the pick. And the wide open shot from Green. Misses the 3. Well, with Wall and the media, Wall himself said that he'll make sure to read every critical piece about him. The thinking is, Dorsey can't just read articles when you're playing well. He'll use any criticism as motivation.
And isn't that, Kevin, exactly what the great players do? They find motivation wherever they can. And I think you have to give credit to John Wall for not shying away from criticism, right? What makes you get better other than when people are challenging you?
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And Mahimi has it in the corner. To the inside, and stolen by Biyombo. Here's Meeks. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Teams value the 3 so much nowadays. Let's check out the best at it. In 4th, the Wizards.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
That's good for Meeks. And the Magic's young tandem of first-round picks in 2014, Elfrid Payton and Aaron Gordon, they've come a long way together.
You know, they were teammates on the Team USA Under-19 squad that went 9-0 and won gold back in 13. And that was a great draft for the Magic, getting 2 high-character, high-effort, defensive-minded players with elite athleticism.
There's some of that trademark consistency of his at the free throw line.
And Satoransky kicks to Bogdanovich. At the elbow, Smith. To the middle. And it's the Magic with the ball. They trail by 7. Now here is Augustine. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And stolen by Jennings. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Here's Satoransky, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Hezonja gets it to go. Hezonja's got 5 now.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Washington leading now by 4. Screen by Smith. And Satoransky kicks to Jennings. Good on the shot.
You probably could have set that screen with a little more force, but it got him just enough room to be able to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot, gentlemen.
Is always in the hot list of topics as teams each year try to increase their odds at winning a championship. What do you feel are the key ingredients for a championship caliber team?
Talent, first and foremost.
Sure.
I mean, you think about some of the great stars who've won multiple championships. Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. One is talent. That's the first part. Coaching. I think coaching in the NBA is underrated. And then increasingly depth because, of course, over the years, the season has gotten longer. The playoffs have gotten longer. It takes more players to win in the NBA than it probably used to.
Is the feel in the locker room overrated? Is the cohesion, the culture, is that important on that list?
You know, it's a terrific question. I do think you can win without chemistry. I certainly think for us, you can feel it when a team is connected and when they enjoy playing with one another.
Like Golden State.
No question about it.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now Augustine looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Hezonja. Rebound by Smith.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at Orlando. They've had a very slow start to the season so far, down in the bottom half of the conference. And checking out Washington, they're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And I think for the Magic, so far it looks like the adjustments they've made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
And remember, this was a team that had talked about the importance of getting off to a quick start.
Shooting two.
This has been a worst-case scenario. Their confidence looks shaken.
That free throw good from Mahinmi.
You think about the Wizards roster, it's a real mix of young and veteran players. And the question is, as those vets age, can their young players take that step forward and keep them competitive?
Mahinmi hits them both. And the Wizards' 2016 draft pick conveyed to Phoenix in a trade for Markieff Morris.
Well, Kevin, we've seen this is a franchise not opposed to trading picks for veteran talent. They did that for Marcin Gortat, and I like that trade for them. The danger, though, is if you get stuck in the middle with no room to grow. Let's see where they go from here.
Here's Jennings after Jeff Green's bucket. Beyond the arc. Jennings can't get it to go.
Boy, very surprising he clanked that one. Everybody in the building thought that was down.
Augustine against Jennings. Meeks dishes to Biyombo. And Meeks kicks to Augustine from outside the arc. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Washington leading now by 6. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Magic.
And really, there's just such a lack of scoring for them from out at the top of the arc in terms of three-point range. And in today's game, you have to get scoring from the three-point range. And that area out above the free throw line extended is a real weak spot for them so far.
Here's Bogdanovich. And it's off from three-point range. The Magic trail by 6. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Green, the screen. Here's Azania. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Azania's got 7 points in the game. Outside Jennings. Mahinmi a screen. Jennings passes to Smith. A shot, no good. Great D that time from Green. Here's Azania. 7 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. And here's Jennings. Pass to Satoransky. And it comes off the front of the rim.
More times than not, that shot is going down. Definitely surprised he bricked it.
And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards lead by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hands. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Boy, they have not been caught out of position much, and they're taking great angles to the ball. I love what I'm seeing tonight.
Morris paired with Gortat down low. Jennings out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, we know Mario Hezonja is a sharpshooter out of Croatia, and some say he was the cockiest player from that 2015 draft class. He once said, "I've never had respect to anybody on a basketball court. I don't care. Whether it's a veteran or a young player standing in front of me, I always have the same goal. I want to run over everybody." Kevin?
What a quote. He is not shy. Thanks, D.A. So for the Wizards, Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Bogdanovich, and John Wall subbed in for Brandon Jennings. And the Magic making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in.
Well, just watch Markieff Morris play, and you can see why he's such a threat in the front court. He's got the size and speed to guard either the 3 or the 4, and that gives you options as a coach defensively. Very smooth, easy jump shot. He's a really talented big.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And Morris isn't shy about letting it fly from deep. Not the most consistent shooter from range, but he'll make you pay if you leave him alone, and he'll certainly keep you honest defensively.
Well, I think, Kevin, when Morris plays and moves, it just looks like he is a shooting guard with the fluidity of motion. You almost forget that he's a legit 6'10" because of the ease he has putting the ball on the deck to create a shot. There are not a lot of players his size as comfortable doing the moves he does to get open and find looks.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Doris, we know you were a standout point guard in the Big East for Providence. What players do you feel have a similar approach to the point guard position that you played so well in the NBA now?
Well, I was not your necessarily traditional setup point guard. I was a player who liked to get to the rim and get to the free throw line a ton. So I would say somebody like Kyrie Irving who wants to be a dynamic scorer, handle is there. So I didn't mind passing, Kevin, but I wanted to score it too.
See, I picture you as like a Chris Paul. Leaner, could do both equally well. You could dish as well as anybody, could drive as well as anybody too. You're probably being modest.
I'm not being modest. I was pretty tough too. You didn't like to play against me.
But I like broadcasting with you.
Back at you.
Here's Fournier following the basket by John Wall. Vucevic with the bucket.
Yeah, that's a case where they're really in sync on that bucket with the lead pass, hitting him in stride, on time and on target.
Outside, Wall. And for a long time, the knock on Wall was that his outside shot, or lack of it, prevented him from being truly unguardable by defenses. Dorsey went out and has put in a lot of work to improve his shot from distance.
Well, think about this, Kevin. Wall took more threes and shot a higher percentage than in any other year of his career last year. And he knows that the league is turning to be a three-point shot-focused league, and the value of a point guard that can make those kinds of shots with regularity. And if he ever gets that three-point percentage close to 40% or higher, he will be a terrifying matchup at the guard spot.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Fournier. He's got 5. Gordon a screen. Fournier dishes to Gordon. Ross kicks to Payton. 6 to shoot. The layup missed.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
That's your home. That's the area you simply have to protect.
Now, here is Morris. A 20-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks in the game. Huge lift defensively for them.
Here's Payton. Feeds it to Fournier. Vucevic to the pass to Fournier. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Washington leading now by 4. There's Beal with the 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Ross with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Well, he's a two-way big man. Gortat getting a hand up, bothers the shot beautifully.
And let's take this moment to check out the point guards with the highest shooting percentage from the last 10 games. Elfrid Payton third.
Some remarkable shooters in that group. I mean, you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent and patient players.
You know, that intelligence is really their hallmark. Always taking the smart shot, never forcing it when it's not there. You know, that's how they're able to keep their percentages so high. That and the fact that they can flat out shoot it.
And he can't get the first one.
And Nikola Vucevic, a skilled 7-footer who just attacks the glass. A nightly double-double machine, but still figuring out how to really become a dominant force on the inside.
Good on the second free throw. And thinking about Vucevic, he's a guy that just tantalizes with his scoring, his size. But you hear some comments and concerns that he's not the impact defender that you would have to have inside.
Yeah, not the quickest feet or the fastest off the ground, but he does stay out of foul trouble. And for him to really move the needle, though, you'd like for him to watch tape of a guy like Tim Duncan and improve as a rim protector.
From 11 feet away, Gortat with the block.
The swat by Gortat. He doesn't chase blocks, but he can send them back.
Goes back up. Rebound, Washington. Gortat's got his fourth rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, they're fighting the good fight, but he's not helping a difficult situation by missing this way.
The Magic trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Fournier. From deep. Rebound by the Wizards. Gortat's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Morris. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now here's Ross. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. A shot off that time. Wizards leading by 7. And Beal kicks to Gortat. The kick out to Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. And it's Beal in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Porter. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Porter's got the lead up to 9 now for the Wizards.
Well, the motor is on full display right now for Otto Porter. He is getting after it on the glass.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Elfrid Payton, who's coming out of the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Coming into the NBA, you heard a lot of comparisons to guys like Rajon Rondo. And maybe even a comparison to the great Gary Payton.
Yeah, and all of them great rebounders who can play stifling defense. Elfrid physically at 6'4" is closer to GP in size, and athletically I think he takes the edge over both of the other statesmen.
That one is off. He's off on the second. One of the topics, Doris, that's come up recently relates to the NBA scheduling with all the talk of trying to delete these back-to-back games. Players don't want it. Their performance isn't good. A lot of them will sit and rest, which is kind of cheating the fan that pays a lot of money to go see a big star play, and then he's not going to play because it's the 3rd and 4 nights.
Correct, and you and I have talked about this. You can shorten the exhibition season, Kevin, go from 10 to 12 to down to 3 to 4. I think that the teams will benefit from that. You can start the season just a little bit earlier. It's so crucial that the NBA product be as good as it should be, and the way to do that is to make sure 4 and 5 and back-to-backs are reduced to the greatest measure possible.
You don't run a championship horse day after day, night after night.
I'm not cracking the whip on you or anybody else.
You play every other day? That is a horse you can ride. Beal with the steal. Wall dishes to Beal. The pass to Gortat. Lots of room. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Now Payton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And there's the 3-second violation.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
Yeah, that's tough. It cost them any momentum they were trying to generate.
And the Magic making a change here. Augustine's checked in. Here's Wall. 8 points for him. Right side, Beal. Now the dish to Gortat. He feeds it to Porter. Kicks it to Wall. Off target with his 3. The Magic trail by 13. Fournier in the corner. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got his 5th assist in this one. For Washington, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. And Wall kicks to Morris. Knocked loose. Here's Beal. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Vucevic. Gortat with the defensive effort.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
No, it feels like he's forcing things, getting a little frustrated by not letting the game come to him.
For the Wizards, Mahinmi's checked in for Gortat. Jason Smith comes in for Markieff Morris. And Satoransky subbed in for Bradley Beal. The Magic also changing it up. Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. Ariel Hezonja comes in for Ross. And it's Jody Meeks in for Fournier. Now here is Augustine. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Hezonja. Kept alive. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Gordon.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Satoransky gets the bucket. Satoransky's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside, Wall. Off target with his 3.
Oh, that's a great look at the basket. Sometimes you feel like the shot is good, and it just comes up that much short.
Right side, Gordon. Augustine against Wall. And here's Meeks. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And Wall kicks to Smith. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
Well, they say the mid-range game is a dying art form, but after looking at this shot chart, they are injecting a ton of life into it. Whatever space is being offered up to them in the mid-range, they have accepted and have continually knocked down shots to make the defense pay.
The Wizards have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And he knocks down the first one.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Wizards. Jennings comes in for John Wall. And the Magic making a change here as well. Jeff Green is checked in for Gordon. Both free throws good from Smith. The Magic trail by 12. Here's Hezonja. 7 points in the game. Yep, it counts.
You know, the accuracy on that assist was perfect. He hit him in the dead run, exactly where it needed to be.
Here's Bogdanovich. Out to the right wing. Satoransky, the pass to Mahinmi. And Mahinmi hit this stuff.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, you know, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
Absolutely. Their challenge is to find a way to close off that lane without completely ignoring the perimeter.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. For the past 10 games, these teams have been fantastic on rebounding. In fourth, the Wizards.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Wizards on D. Hazanya. Off the inbound, no good. Here's Satoransky. He's guarded by Meeks. Here's Smith. A stupendous finish in traffic. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just a terrific delivery into the low post. Love to get those buckets nice and close, high percentage shots. That's a horrific turnover. There's just no excuse to throw the ball away like that.
Wizards leading by 14. Outside Jennings. Smith sets the pick for Jennings. Up off the screen. And it's interesting, Bogdanovic came over from Croatia a couple years back. He's shown flashes, Greg, of talent, especially offensively, but he's still putting it all together.
Yeah, I think consistency is the key for him. Sometimes he's aggressive, other times he just disappears. Does have good size and strength for a wing, can hit from the outside, also finishes well around the basket. I like to see him create more for his teammates.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe. The Magic trail by 16. Out left to the wing. Now, here's Biyombo. He's guarded close. Count it. Good.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Washington's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And Bogdanovic kicks to Satoransky. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, I thought he was rushing his shot early on, but not here in the second quarter.
Augustine against Jennings. Outside, Green. Passes it to Hazanya. Clock at 6. Down low. Green dishes to Biyombo. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Biyombo's got 4 this quarter. Wizards leading by 14. And Bogdanovic kicks to Jennings. There's 1:38 left in the second quarter. Here's Satoransky. He's guarded by Meeks. And then Smith with the dunk.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Augustine passes to Meeks. Outside, Green. Fires, top of the key. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here are the Magic now, following the three-pointer by Washington. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first half. From the arc, Hazanya's shot is off. Here's Washington now. They're on a 17-6 run.
Two shots. Foul. 2.
Shooting for Washington, Bojan Bogdanovic. 2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. So he comes up empty at the line. A 3-ball. Setoransky grabs the miss.
The defense fortunate that he didn't burn them there. You'd have to think he wouldn't miss that again.
Tries from 16, and he can't bank that one in. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Jennings with the ball. From deep three-point range. No good on that last second attempt there. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Wizards. They finish off the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to take any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Obviously have to maintain that in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
They were Brick City, and it was painful to watch. Weak shooting starts to get contagious, and they were struggling all over the place. They got to work on getting more high-quality chances, more layups, fewer prayers.
That's it for halftime. We will see you and you too later. Now back to the action.
Welcome back, folks. A lot to see in that shot from high above Washington, the Capitol, the Supreme Court, the Lincoln Memorial. That is one heck of a view. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. The Magic trail by 19. Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. Gordon down low with Vucevic. And it's Ross in at the small forward position. And Washington has possession. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. Vucevic against Gortat.
Not what they were looking for. 3 straight misses to start the third.
Once again off the mark, Orlando. Here's Wall, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Orlando called for the foul.
Now this guy lives at the free throw line. John Wall averages about 5 free throws a game over his entire career. Well, 2016 guys saw great stride for Otto Porter in his career. He got off to that slow start, remember, the first 2 years. But finally, when he got consistent minutes, he answered nicely. Career highs across the board for him, and you can see why this team thinks he's got a bright future.
And that one falls for John Wall. And with Porter, so many were quick to dismiss his place, Doris, in the NBA after a few slow years to start his career.
And I think, Kevin, that goes back to where he was picked in the draft, 3rd overall. And when you're a top 3 pick, fans want instant production. And Porter was always the kind of player that needed time to adjust to this league. Luckily, the organization believed in him, stuck with him. He's made huge improvements across the board.
Now here's Peyton. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Picked by Vucevic. Fournier dishes to Vucevic. Gortat with the block. They get it back, and the basket by Gordon.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
Wizards leading by 17. Morris a screen. And Wall kicks to Beal. Takes it from 10. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Vucevic. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist. Vucevic has got 9 points. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the 3rd quarter. Wall passes to Gortat. Nice ball movement by Washington. And John Wall with the 3. Wall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Listen, this guy's got the green light at any time, but Beal with the nice look to set up the open shot.
Peyton against Wall. Peyton dishes to Fournier. Picked by Vucevic. Gordon with a screen on Beal. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. And it's Vucevic missing. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Now here's Gortat. 6 points for him. Morris with the bucket.
Well, I think it shows you all the hard work Morris has put in to try and extend his range.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. There are a lot of great things that Gortat does on the floor, Doris, but you feel that he doesn't sometimes get enough credit for his rebounding.
Well, I think you'd probably concur with that, Kevin, because year after year, Gortat is near the top of the league in rebounding. This guy's one of the best at tipping the ball to himself to secure the rebound. And not only does he get a lot, Kevin, but he does it in limited amounts of time. There are a lot of guys getting a lot more minutes at that position.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Gordon. He's averaging 14 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Now here's Peyton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He dishes it to Vucevic. He kicks to Fournier. Over to the left wing. Another miss by Orlando.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you just have to love the motor of Gortat. Always is moving to open space doors, keeping the defense on their toes. And when the ball goes up, you know he's going to be crashing.
Well, I think, Kevin, you would agree that very few other big men move as much as Gortat. He's got great timing on when to dive in for a rebound, and his movement creates so much chaos for opponents. And I think it also opens up opportunities for the guys around him. You know, we've seen the last few seasons Bradley Beal take a big jump as a player, and it's not only his ability to knock down threes, that he's always been able to do. It's his overall offensive and defensive game where he's more complete.
And he's good on the second. And for Beal, who continues to improve, he knows that in order to be a game changer, Doris, on the floor, he has to be deadly wherever he is with the ball.
You know, I think, Kevin, there is no doubt that Beal can take his game to another level this season. He's done much better moving without the ball to get easy looks and create space, and he is much more engaged in the little things that you need to be an elite shooting guard. Struggling to make shots this quarter and making it hard to catch up.
And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 6 assists here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions Right now, they need a basket.
Fournier gets a wide open look. The Magic again can't hit.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
You know, and this is where your leaders need to step up. They need to force a shift in the tide.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
For your Wizards, Markieff Morris. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
What a story for Markieff Morris, taken exactly 1 pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
Good on both. Here's Payton. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Dishes it to Vucevic. Soft touch off the glass.
That's picture-perfect timing on that play on the part of both the passer and the cutter.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Back to Beal. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Beal's got 11 points.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
Payton passes to Ross. Looking to end his cold spell. Here's Gordon. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Gordon's got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Washington now. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Wall dishes to Morris. Outside, Beal. To the paint. Here's Gortat. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Aaron Gordon in his 3rd NBA season. It's easy to forget he's just 2 months younger than Karl Anthony Towns. So still much room for growth in this young guy.
True, but you gotta like what we've seen from him thus far. It reminds me a little bit of another running rebel, Sean Marion, the Matrix. Athletic, mobile, has the versatility to compete at either forward position. This guy has a bright future.
So he gets them both.
How about Gortat, guys? Really an ambassador for his home country of Poland. He loves that cultural exchange. And how about this? Speaks 4 languages.
Now here's Fournier. He's got 8. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. An easy 2 points on the layup. 10 points for him.
You know, you'd expect the defense to be a bit more concerned about him than they were that time. Easy points inside.
Outside, Wall. Inside, Morris. It's hauled in by the Magic.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
You know, you have to be an absolutely tireless worker to rack up 20-plus boards.
Now here's Payton. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Gordon with a screen on Beal. Fournier's shot is off.
1 made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Porter kicks to Morris. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Morris has got 7 now in this quarter.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Now here's Fournier. 10 points for him. The feed now to Payton. Gordon with a screen on Wall. Ross for 3. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
He's showing off a polished skill set, is Markieff Morris. Didn't get him the bucket, but earned a trip to the stripe.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good for Morris. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Mahimi's checked in for Gortat. Bogdanovich comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Satoransky's checked in for Beal. And it's Jennings in for John Wall. He's perfect from the line this time.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Pass to Biyombo. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Green. Another miss by Orlando.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Feeds to Mahimi. Satoransky, the pass to Bogdanovich. 11 feet away. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for 15 points for Markieff Morris.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
They set the pick. Green kicks to Augustine. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Satoransky. It's back to Jennings. Morris, left side, from the wing. Another one falls for Washington.
Boy, very difficult to defend when he gets into this kind of rhythm, which has been all quarter long.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now, here's Green. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Here's Azania. And no good that time. And it's Washington the other way. 20 feet out. And that one hits back iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Drills it from outside.
Boy, total failure defensively right there, leaving him all alone in three-point territory.
Washington's gotten the three ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Now here's Jennings. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
More times than not, that shot is going down. Definitely surprised he bricked it.
Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Green, no luck. Wizards have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. To the inside. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
And a quick review looking at some numbers here for Morris. Averaging about 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Wizards making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Now Augustine. Down low, Yambo dishes to Green. Here's Azania. Rebound, Washington. Mahimi's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Shooting for Washington, Bojan Bogdanovich. 2 shots. Two.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Orlando's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. There's a good screen. Green, the screen. Here's Azania. Misses the three.
What a great opportunity. Nice open look. You'll take those anytime you can get an uncontested shot.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting for Washington, Brandon Jennings. At the line for 2.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. 1:57 left in the third. Augustine against Jennings. Takes the 13-footer. Biombo. It's good on the putback.
They've cashed in on a lot of second-chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Here's Satoransky. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Jennings. Smith for 3. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 4 assists now tonight.
Got an advantage from behind the arc. Too tall to contest his shot, and incredible accuracy for a big man.
Deflects the pass. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his second first team foul.
The Magic have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Bogdanovich passes to Jennings. And Satoransky kicks to Mahimi. To the inside. And it's slammed in by Smith.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's because they're moving sharply, getting good shots. Big advantage in field goal percentage.
Now, here's Biombo. He's got 9. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Here's Azania. The Magic again can't hit.
Neither coach nor his teammates are pleased with the way he's playing. He's simply got to adjust his shot selection.
Bogdanovich off target from outside. The Magic shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Hezonja kicks to Augustine. Launches a 3. Connects from three-point range. Augustine's got 5 points now in the quarter. Washington with the ball. 19 seconds left in the third. Here's Bogdanovich. 9 points in the game so far. There's the pass to Jennings. Mahimi a screen. 3 seconds left. Not going to go that time. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Wizards opening up a huge gap. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Shrink the floor. When you're on the ball or close out faster. Okay, take away their airspace and then contain their drive.
And that's the catch-22 there. Frank Vogel wanting better perimeter defense, but also wanting to limit forays to the hoop.
Yeah, and it takes tremendous discipline to do that. Don't leave your feet, don't reach, and everyone help each other defensively.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Burke is out there with Jennings. Then there's Oubre, and it's Smith, and it's McCullough in at the 4. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Jeff Green picks one up. Doris, offense up around the NBA in the last couple of years. Do you feel that this is a good thing for the league?
I love it. I think the fans love it. You and I love it. The pace is faster. The shooting is better. The excitement level is through the roof. This NBA, what do they say? It's fantastic.
It is, but defense wins championships. Are you still sticking with that as a mantra?
No question.
Yeah.
Championships have
right.
been defined on the defensive end.
And the first one at the line is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Magic shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Wizards shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Passes it to McCullough. Screen by Smith. Here's Oubre. Zimmerman pulls it in.
Ill-advised shot there.
You know, I really expected him to swing that one back around.
And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Terrence Ross is checked in for Hezonja. Washington on D. Watson kicks to Ross. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And here is Burke. And as a point guard, you ran a lot of pick and rolls, and screen roll play is the very basis of offensive basketball. Just how much nuance do you think is involved? And I know, but I want to hear you, a successful pick and roll and pick and pop game.
Okay, so this just to give you some context on how involved the pick and roll is. Jeff Van Gundy has 300 pages of how on both sides of the ball you effectively run the pick and roll.
You've got to be kidding.
300 pages in his coaching book on how to deal with the pick and roll.
And how about pick and roll defense?
Oh, I mean,
about the same equal number of pages,
and
right?
I'll tell you this, this is why the Chris Pauls of the world are so highly valued, because it doesn't matter what scheme you throw at Chris. He comes off that pick, and his eyes are up, and he's surveying, and in the most split-second fashion, running through a series of reads and making the right decision every time.
So here's the most basic play in basketball. Yet, if you go a layer deeper, it's maybe the most complex play in basketball. How to play it, how to defend it.
I'll tell you, they say the best things in life are the simple things in life. Pick and roll is the NBA at its absolute definition.
Gotta be demoralizing. They desperately needed a stop, and instead they give up a triple on an open look.
That simply can't happen at any time, never mind when you're trailing by a wide margin. They need to shore up their defense, and quickly.
And the rejection by Smith. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. Doris has been a big topic the last few seasons. What do you make of the hack of whoever strategy? Does it have a place in this league?
Well, I think you and I differ on this, which is so interesting, because you and I have had this philosophical conversation. I do not believe that we should reward, and we're generally talking about big players, by taking away the hack-a-shack strategy. To me, you've got, as a professional basketball player, to make a 15-foot shot that's uncontested. I don't understand why you can't make that shot.
Well, I've not played at your level. I've not coached at your level. Aesthetically, for me, it is very unpleasing. It ruins the rhythm. This game is all about fluid, skilled, beautiful movement of the ball of players. I hate to see anything stop and hesitate within the beauty of the game.
I can understand your perspective on that. And the one thing I would say that would make me lean in the argument to taking that out of the game is NBA fans are important. They are what drives television ratings, therefore advertising, therefore sales, and it allows these players to make their living. So I would say if the fans voice their opinion and want this taken out of the game, then I would go in that direction.
We know it is certainly on the mind of Commissioner Adam Silver.
No doubt.
Here's McCullough. And Smith with the stop.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. They set the pick. Now, here's Watson. Burke covering. Pick by Vucevic. Lock at 6. Wilcox dishes to Vucevic. Here's Zimmerman. Washington with the rebound. Beal's got his third rebound tonight. Smith kicks to Oubre, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Too many. Simple as that. Their defensive weaknesses are being exposed right now.
Here is Wilcox. And we've seen the role of instant replay grow in the NBA. And Doris, I mean, it's a great use. We've seen just a massive improvement, I think, in the accuracy of calls. Just how big an impact has this had, in your opinion, in end-of-game situations?
Well, I think the most important part of this is when you put replay into effect, it has got to be done in an efficient manner. And one thing we have seen with the central role that Secaucus, the NBA's replay center, has had is there's direct communication between the officials on the court and the personnel in the replay center. And because of that, it's a system that was solid in its debut, will get better and more refined, and I think it's been perfect because at the end of the day, the players and the coaches and every part of their organization wants the call to be made correctly, and I think by and large you've seen that.
Here's Smith after the Magic pick up 2. The Wizards working the ball around now. McCullough the pass to Smith, and Smith with the stop.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Watson. No one near him. That's short off the rim. Burke with it. Again, the Wizards score.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here is Wilcox. The dish now to Vucevic. Wilcox kicks to Vucevic. Ross for 3. The shot misses. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Beal dishes to Burke. Back to Beal. To the left side wing. Corner shot. It's hauled in by the Magic.
The guy, that's the shot he'll take, again, if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
Here's McCullough. Here's Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
This guy's a super quick leaper. Oubre doesn't need much time to get off the floor.
Now, here's Watson. Kicks to Wilcox. Here's Zimmerman. He feeds it to Vucevic. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Regardless of that miss right there, that's a shot you want him taking. He practices that all the time, makes a ton of them.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
I mean, unbelievable. Whether they're wide open or defenders draped all over them, they're hitting from distance.
Here is Wilcox following the three-pointer by Washington. To end the run, Zimmerman passes to Vucevic. Here is Wilcox. Picked by Vucevic. Another shot. No good on that one. Smith with some nice D.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Now Burke at the elbow. Smith back to Burke. Zimmerman pulls it in. Zimmerman's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wilcox kicks to Vucevic. Pass to Zimmerman. Ross for 3. Traps in the tray. Ross has got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, his marksmanship has been unbelievable this quarter, and they're still down.
And here is Burke. Outside Beal. There's the triple. Orlando grabs the miss. Zimmerman's got 4 rebounds in this game. Doris, you were a point guard. You put so much strain on your body with the quick cuts on both ends of the floor. It takes its toll. Is there a reason why so many point guards have had to fight injuries their entire career?
You know, I've heard these questions before about anatomically. Is the way a player like Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook, the way they play with the
torque. How about the torque?
The torque that's built up and the change of directions or the ferocity of attack, the lift that Russell Westbrook gets. I don't know the answer. I think that there would have to be science to support that argument.
Now, you've got 2 bad knees, though, too, so
That's
you can
true.
Probably speak to it pretty well.
I don't think there's an athlete in the world who doesn't have aches and pains once their career is over.
Washington has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Burke, the pass to McCullough. Screen by Smith. Dishes it to Oubre. Baseline J on the way. It's Beal on the wing. To the paint. It's deflected. It's stolen by Vucevic. And Watson has it in the corner. Poked loose. Ross on the wing. For the 3. Orlando gets it back.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game. He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
Smith kicks to Oubre. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 6 points for Kelly Oubre. Watson with it. He dishes it to Wilcox. He tries for 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 5th rebound in this one. In the corner, it's Oubre. And the 3 ball is good. Oubre's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Now, he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3-and-D ability on the wing.
Watson dishes to Wilcox. Tries to save it. There's 1:54 left in the 4th. And Beal kicks to Smith. The feed to Burke from the line. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Well, Orlando shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Now here's Ross. He kicks to Watson. They set the screen. 4 on the shot clock. Yep, it counts.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Washington.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Smith.
Well, we can talk about how easily he was converting all night long. Just a spectacular offensive display.
Here's Burke. Off target from outside. Here is Wilcox. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession. And yes, it's good. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Now here's Burke. McCullough the pass to Burke. Offensive rebound.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
Now, give some credit to the hometown crowd. They were a huge part of their success. The fans will leave happy tonight.
Watson dishes to Wilcox. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Oh, great point. I mean, this is how they wanted to start the game off. Unfortunately, a little too late.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Bradley. Big win tonight. It looked like you guys had great offensive flow. How did you accomplish that?
That's the most fun we had all year. I mean, by far. I mean, the ball was moving on offense. We were playing great team defense and getting out on the break and scoring. And when you're scoring that many points, it's always fun.
Offense puts people in the seats and keeps players happy. Congratulations, Bradley. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, and now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. I'll tell you what, his season high in points powered everything they did. Clearly, he was the catalyst tonight as they come away with a well-deserved W.
His accuracy, wow. I was blown away by how consistent he was throughout this game. There's a part of you that thinks like, okay, another one and another one. It's going to be another one that goes in, and then you realize, you know what, it's just his night.
Oh, my. You talk about a bench player having an impact. That's as big as it gets. And the crowd was loving it. Look at them. They're still here. Ernie, the game's over, and they're jumping around, taking selfies, trying to get their followers up. Oh, my. This came out of nowhere. Who is this guy?
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.